Hi, dear friends. It's Lucia Mizzoni from luciamizzoni.com, and welcome to my new video. I'm not in my usual place. I'm traveling Europe, and I'm so excited to be recording a new video for you. I have something very important that I want to talk about today, and this is about the wondering. Have you ever wondered how your greatest fears, your greatest frustrations about yourself all are kind of variations of a single most paralyzing question, and that question is, am I worthy? Am I enough? That's pretty much where everyone starts, and some people get stuck into that belief and that question for the rest of their life. Sadly, most of them cannot shift from that kind of question, and it's very sad. And that's where I was. A big part of my previous life, I questioned myself if I deserved certain things, if I was worthy, if I was entitled to them. For example, am I worthy of happiness? Do I deserve success? Do I deserve money? This is what was sucking all my energy constantly and regularly. The shift for me really and truly happened when I started actually asking a different question, because that's not where we actually want to end our life. This is not where we want to live most of our life. So all the time I had wasted into this question was actually, well, most important, was very useful. But I was able to shift myself by changing the question. And the question that I came up with was, what is the secret? What is actually the secret to feeling worthy? And then I added another bit to it. What is the secret to feeling as worthy as I actually am? That question came with obviously research and studying and a lot of self-feeling. But the moment I was able to shift myself from am I worthy to what is the secret to feeling as worthy as I know I am, that was a major turning point. And then, through my studies and my reading, I've come across many authors, one of which comes to mind, and he's one of the ones that I follow and I love reading, is Neale Donald Walsch. He really hits the nail on this topic, and he talks about this very eloquently and at great length. So to simplify this concept here today, because I only have a limited amount of time, is the shifting of the question is essential to a journey of healing that needs to start really here. So change your questions. It's really important. And that can give you a shift. But also, I'm going to give you another bit of information which was really essential to me and which will support you in your healing and in addressing yourself with different questions, to move you towards truth and to move you towards possibility. And the secret is just really, there is nothing you have to do. There actually is nothing you have to do. And I know this is very difficult concept to accept, because we live in a society where we are all being told and telling ourselves that we need to learn, we need to grow, we need to acquire possession, acquire knowledge. But I want to be a little bit maverick here and really suggest, because this is exactly what I'm going through in my life in the last few years. We are actually already complete as we are. I know it's not easy to get this message, to really absorb it and feel it as the truth. But, when I first realized this, I also questioned it very strongly. But instead, it turned out that I just began to really unravel a very wonderful message of life. And the message is that growth is actually not even necessary to begin with. You and I were complete when we came onto this planet. That was the moment we were born. You were born as a perfect being. Not only perfect, perfect meaning complete, that you didn't need anything. And you can see that kind of perfection in children and babies. When you look into the eyes of a baby, you can see that nothing is wanted, nothing is needed, nothing is necessary. They just are, and they're perfect, and they're beautiful, and they're complete. So you're looking into the face of perfection when you're looking into a baby. And most people don't understand and don't realize that they were born already complete and perfect the moment they arrived on this planet. So the big secret that we often miss is that our purpose here on this planet, in our life, is not to somehow become more than we actually are, but actually is to simply reactivate who we already are. And it's to re-experience who we already are. We have lost connection with that part of ourselves. So our duty, our job, our mission is not to turn into something new, something other. It's to re-energize that connection and relive it. So our life is not about somehow becoming better or higher or greater or more fulfilled. Our purpose here is to simply fully be. Be who we were when we actually arrived on this planet. There is no need to acquire anymore. There is no need to acquire more wealth, spirituality, or growth. And this, I am very aware, it is a very controversial concept to accept, especially when, growth is talked so much as one of the main needs. But I think we can interpret growth in many different ways. And in this case, I still see growth as necessary, but the process of reconnection with ourselves is what growth actually is. For me, from now on, this is how I will interpret growth. Reconnecting with who I already am and the way I was already born, that it will be my growth, maintaining that connection always alive. I mean, can you imagine the consequence of really embodying this thought or really absorbing this thought? Imagine what if you could let go of your day-to-day striving, all that struggle, all that need to have, to be, and to do. Imagine how freeing that would be. And what if you could be totally content and completely satisfied with you, just you, exactly the way you are? Wow. What would life feel like? What kind of experience would we have? What kind of level of satisfaction and true deep self-love would we be able to experience? I mean, it would be a total life shifter. It would be a total life shifter. And then there is another component to this that is really powerful. And also Neil Donald Walsh talks about this at great length, and he calls it, one of the first secrets. Basically, there is nothing for you to be, to do, or to have in order for you to express who you really are. If actually you're here for the exact opposite purpose. You're here not to acquire, but to give. And here comes gratitude. We know all the greatest masters, all the wisest people, the great, inspiring, enlightened people in the planet talk about gratitude. And here comes the giving and the sharing and the being of service. You're here to demonstrate and to express. Now, this is really important, and it's really something I want you to listen up. If you want to experience anything more in life, in whichever area, the secret is to demonstrate that you already have that. For example, if you want to experience more wisdom, then the secret is for you to demonstrate that wisdom that you already have. If you desire to have more clarity in your life because you have to make some choices and some decisions, demonstrate the clarity that you already have in the field that you already feel that you're clear about. So you're sending a message of not scarcity but abundance, and you're telling really the universe and yourself that you have something already there and more will flow to you. Now, if you're thinking like, I used to think, how can you demonstrate to have more of something that you actually think you don't have enough of? Well, I'll tell you how. Whatever you wish to experience more of in your life, simply do your best to demonstrate that you already have that in abundance. And you may be surprised, you most likely will be surprised how easily things will start coming your way and manifesting your way whilst you work at this connection with yourself and at demonstrating that you have what you want more of. And if you were not to discover anything else in life, my hope and truly my desire for you is that you discover the true power of this concept, the coming from a place of abundance and not fear and not scarcity, that you are perfect just the way you are. And there is still a question that needs answering. How can you live like this, every single day? How can this be practical and realistic? And the answer that also Neil Donald Walsh offers so clearly and again eloquently is to be the source. And from that moment on, be the source has actually become also the guiding principle of my life. You know, let me share something else with you that could be incredibly helpful for you. Maybe you've heard this before, I'll say it again. You are divine, however you want to define your divine, and it doesn't have to be a spiritual or religious concept. It's a fact. You are perfect. You have all you need to have. And so your singular most important job in life is not to get better or become more or get more than what you already have. All that is asked and necessary for you to do and be is be who you already are. Be that right now from now. This is the biggest gift that we can give ourselves and to others, because it's what we are here for. We're here to share. We're here to be of service. We're here to provide. And by giving ourselves to others, not only we prove ourselves that we have more than we think we do, but also we sort of, it's like a chain effect. We start getting more and more. Not only our confidence and self-love increases and expands, but also circumstances change because our energy changes and our perception of ourselves changes. So whenever you feel that you need more of anything, I would suggest you to simply sit down and consider whether there was anyone else around you that needs that more than around your life. It could be a friend, an acquaintance, a family member. Is there anyone else that needs more of that than you actually do? That needs it maybe equally, but needs it more maybe. And then they may have even less than you actually do. And then I will become the source of that in the life of somebody else. I will give somebody else, as best as I can, whatever I wish to experience myself. So if I'm in need of some care and some love, I'll find somebody around me that needs it more, and I will be the provider. I will be the source of that. And that can be in every other aspect. It could be practical things, like if you are feeling that you are under financial pressure, find somebody that is even in a worse state than you, somebody that needs more than you actually do, and be a support to them, be a source to them. And then I guarantee you shifts will start happening and change starts happening. And it's unbelievable how powerful this can be and how quickly also it can happen. So once you drop the mind state and the mind frame of trying to get things for yourself, and you give what you actually have already, then you'll get even more, plentiful more, 10 times more than what you actually imagined was possible for you to get. And this is really the secret that every master on the earth already knows. They come from a place of service and coming from a place of abundance. This is really it. This is what it is about. So this is really something I wanted to share because I really think it is a shifter. It's been a shifter for me, and it's something that I obviously strive to live by every day, not as a struggle, but really something I constantly remind myself of with my readings, with my activities, with my exercises, without it being absolutely and at all work. But this is what I 100% know contributes to people shifting their perception of themselves and their life, and what brings total fulfillment. And on a other note, I wanted to share with you something that I have mentioned before in the past. I don't know where you're at in your life. I don't know what kind of struggles you have. It could be minor problems. It could be major significant problems that could be from health, financial, emotional, spiritual, physical. Whatever you're going through, I want you, and I truly, truly mean it, I want you to be thankful for it. I want you to appreciate your struggles. Yes, I say that, and I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm not that kind of crazy. I am quite crazy, but in a different way. What I mean is embrace your circumstances and be thankful, because that pain that you're going through now will be the maker of your next phase, will be the maker and the contributor of your shift. I am the most thankful in life towards the pain that I experienced in my mid-20s, in my late 20s, in my early 30s, because that's the very pain that triggered in me not only awareness, which was the first step, awareness, becoming aware things were not right, and secondly, taking responsibility. And taking responsibility triggers in itself action. Because once you're aware, once you take ownership, then you need to make things happen. And that's when I started researching myself, going through a journey of healing, studying, reading, changing the course of my life. I owe everything that I am today to those painful experiences that I've lived through in life that have shaped me. 100%. Stop now the self-pity. Stop the victimization and seeing yourself as a victim. No matter what has happened in your life, you have the power to turn that into the most positive thing in your life, because it will propel you to a different dimension of living. So you've got it all. You are enough. You have nothing to grow into. You just need to reconnect with yourself. And that is growth in itself, the reconnection. And that's how I will see growth from now onwards. And this is really, really, really important concept, really. And be the source. Be the source for others that have more needs than you do. And that will trigger you getting more of what you need 20 times, 30 times, 100 times more. And finally, stop the pity, stop the victimizing. Embrace what you have. Be thankful. Be truly thankful from a place of abundance for what's happening in your life, whilst you gain awareness and you take action in order for you to heal yourself. I'm always here for you. My purpose is to be of service to you. This is what I'm here for. So do reach out. Do send me an email, info@luciamizzoni.com. If you like this video, click like. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel where I post weekly videos. And I look forward to sort of crossing paths with you at some point in our journey on this earth. It is an exciting journey. It is a journey worth living, and I'm here to serve you. So if you need any help, any guidance whatsoever, I'll be so happy to support you. So lots of love, and I wish you to create your non-negotiable living. All the best and lots of love.